Salesman.
Aboard! All aboard!
Why not? What's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an Anvil salesman. Your firm give credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else.
River City! River City next!
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button hooks.
Cash for the cotton goods. Cash for the hard goods.
Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the fancy goods.
Cash for the noggins and the piggins and the firkins.
Cash for the hogshead, cask and demijohn. Cash for the crackers and the pickles and the fly paper.
Look, what do you talk? 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 Where do you get it?
You can talk, you can talk, you can bicker, you can talk. You can bicker, 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 you can talk, you can talk. You can talk, 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 bicker, 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 you can talk all you want it, but it's different than it was.
No it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Why, it's the Model T Ford, made the trouble, made the people wanna go. Wanna get up and go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles to the country seat.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Who's gonna patronize a little bitty 2x4 kind of store anymore?
What do you talk? What do you talk? Where did you get it?
Not the Model T at all. Take a gander at the store, at the modern store, at the present day store, at the present day modern departmentalized grocery store.
What do you talk? 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 Where did you get it? What do you talk? What do you talk? Where did you get it?
You can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, 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 bicker, 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 you can talk all you want it, but it's different than it was.
No it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Why's the you need a biscuit, made the trouble, you need it. Put the crackers in a package, an airtight sanitary package, made the cracker barrel obsolete.
Cracker Barrel went out the window with the bell pop, cup block, torn by the stone. His approach of a traveling salesman made it pretty hard.
No it didn't, but you gotta know the territory.
Gone with the hogshead, cask and demijohn. Gone with the sugar bell, pickle bell, milk pan. Gone with the tub and the pill and the tears.
Ever met a fella by the name of Hill?
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 Hill? Hill?
Hill?
Hill?
No!
Just a minute.
Never heard of any salesman Hill. Now he doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory?
What's the fella's line?
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line?
Or the cracker barrel being obsolete. Or the you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package. Or the Model T Ford.
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line?
Or a doggone thing. He's just a bang beat, bell ring, big haul, great go, neck of nothing, rip roaring. Every time a bull's L salesman. That's Professor Harold Hill. Tell us what's his line. What's his line?
He's a fake guy and he doesn't know the territory.
Look, what do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? He's a music man.
He's a what? He's
a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in town with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums and the big brass bass, and the piccolo, uniforms too, with the shiny gold braid on the coat and a big red stripe running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin picks, perhaps, and here and there a Josh Hart.
Nah, the fella sells Benz, boys Benz, and I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king, and he daddies and he gathers and he plucks and he shines, and when the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory. River City. We're across the state line into Iowa. Population 2,212. Cigarettes illegal in this state. All right, if you're all done, John, I'll tell you about Harold Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never seen him in my life. But I can tell you this one thing. He's given each and every one of us a black eye. After he's worked the town over, the next salesman to come in gets automatically tarred and feathered and ridden out the city limits on a rail. You think that's funny? Wait till they do it to you. You'll be running a week for the rest of your life.
But why should he get a rode out of town on a rail?
Well, because in order to sell the uniforms, the musical instruments, and the costumes, he's got to promise to teach the kids how to play.
Well?
And put them in a boys' band with himself as the leader.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? He can't tell one from another. He doesn't know what a bass brand looks like versus a bass drum versus a pipe organ. That's what's wrong with that. That Swimling 2-bit thimble rigger that side. The day I get my hands on him, I'm going to squeal so loud. Oh.
Wow, you're mad, Charlie. Sure like to be around when you catch up with that fella.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen in Iowa. Even the great Professor Harold Hill wouldn't dream of selling broad-necked Hawkeyes to the locals.
Gentlemen, I think I'll have to give Iowa a try.
Say, I don't think I caught your name.
I don't believe I dropped it.
All day. So there I was in Madison County Hospital, and nobody came to see me. Cousin Will never came, and Bertha never came.
Your Aunt Bertha's dead.
She wouldn't have come anyway.
What the heck? You're welcome. Glad to have you with us.
Even though we may not ever mention it again.
Mr. Squires, I'm interested in a rig for Sunday, if you can accommodate me.
Well, you'd ought to expect a man in charge of hiring rigs, who is late, as usual.
Hey, Gregory!
Marcellus!
Well, you old son of a gun!
Shh! Professor Hill's the name, Harold Hill.
But, Greg, what are you doing here? Why don't you let me know he was coming?
Well, I didn't know I was myself. Besides, how could I know you'd end up in a tank little town like this? You used to be a pretty big slicker when you were in business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you work. Besides, I got me a nice, comfortable girl. Ethel Toffelmeyer, boss's niece.
Gone legitimate, huh? I always knew you'd come to no good.
What's the new pitch? You're not back in the band business, are you? I heard you were in steam automobiles.
I was.
What happened?
Somebody actually invented one.
No.
So, give me the lowdown here, Mars.
You'll never get anywhere in the band business with these stubborn Iowans, Greg. Besides, we got a stock-up music teacher here who'll expose you before you get your grip unpacked.
Male or female?
The music teacher? She's the librarian, female.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. Point her out to me when she passes by.
I will. So how are you going to start the pitch?
Oh, same old way. Keep that music teacher off balance. Then my next step will be to get your town out of the serious trouble it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create something. I'll have to create a desperate need for a boys' band. Now, what's new round here? What can I use?
Nothing. Except the billiard parlors just put in a new pool table.
They never had a pool table here before?
No, only billiards.
That'll do. See you later, Mars. And don't forget, music teacher.
Music teacher.
Ah, you're Mr. Dunlop.
Yep.
Well, either you're closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you're not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here I say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player, certainly mighty proud. Someone was mighty proud to say it. Consider the hours I spent with a cue in my hand of golden. We call it horse sense, and a cool head and a keen eye. Did you ever take and try to find an ironclad lead yourself on a three-rail billiard shop? But just as I say, take judgment, brains, maturity to score in a box-like game, I say that any boo can take and shove a ball in a pocket. I call that sock. First big step on the road to the depths of degradé as I first medicinal wine from a teaspoon and beer from a bottle. And the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pitchback suit and listening to some big out-of-town jazz. We're hearing him tell about horse race gambling. Not a wholesome trot race, no, a race that you sit down right on a horse. I just see some stuck-up jockey boy sitting on dance flags, making him a boy, oh, I should say. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets on the table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B that rhymes with P that stands for pool. And I'll wake long your River City youth to be frittering away and say your young men to be frittering. Frittering away that noontime, supper time, chore time too. Get the ball in the pocket, never mind getting dandelions pulled and screamed or patched or beefsteak pounded. Never mind pumping any water to your parents' car with a cistern empty on a Saturday night, and that's trouble. Oh, you got lots of trouble. Thinking of the kids in the knickerbocker shirt, tails, young ones, peeking in the pool hall, window at the school, say trouble. Folks, right here in River City, with a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool. Now, I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. Gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while they're loafing around that hall? Be trying out Bevo, trying out Cube, trying out tailor-made like cigarette beans, bragging all about how they're gonna cover up telltale breath with senses. One fine night, they leave the pool hall ready for the dance of the armory. Libertine men, scarlet women, ragtime, shameless music that will grab your son, your daughter, with the arms of a jungle, animal instinct, mysterious. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground trouble. Oh, we got trouble. Here in River City, with a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool. You surely got trouble. Right here in River City. Right here. Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school. All children gonna have trouble. Mothers of River City, heed that warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The minute your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? A dime novel hidden in the corn crib? Is he starting to memorize jokes at a Captain Billy's whiz bang? Are certain words creeping into his conversation? Words like swell and so's your old man. Well, so my friends, you got trouble right here in River City, with a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool. You surely got trouble right here in River City. Remember the Maine, Plymouth Rock, and the Golden Rule.
Our children gonna have trouble.
Oh, you got trouble. You're in terrible, terrible trouble. That game with the 15 number balls is the devil's tool. Oh, you got trouble, trouble, trouble. With the T, let's rhyme with P. Let's dance the pool. Don't get caught playing pool with the devil now. Did you drop your...
No.
Didn't I meet you in the...
No.
I'll only be in town a short while.
Good.
Leo's.
Go, 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 go.
Where is that child? Oh, there you are. That's your daughter.
Mama! Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute. Hello, Mama. Fine, dear. Now your exercises.
I don't remember the library being open last 4th of July.
It was, Mama, all evening. Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all over town.
Oh, who?
I never saw him before.
Did he say anything?
He tried.
Did you say anything?
Mama, of course not. Now don't dawdle, Amaryllis. So, do, la, re, ti, mi, a little slower. Please keep your fingers curved and nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind me saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Well, excuse me for living, but I've never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old comment about the low mentality of River City people and taking it all too much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can quote Balzac and Shakespeare and all them other highfalutin Greeks.
Now, Mama, if you don't mind my saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
No, I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about that stranger.
What stranger?
With the suitcase who may be your very last child.
Now, Mama, do you think I'd allow a common masher now? Really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intentions.
We know all about your standards, and if you don't mind me saying so, there's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to that blend of old volume St. Patrick. No, Wednesday you concocted for yourself out of your Irish imagination, you Irish dominant, and your library full of books.
Well, if that isn't the best I ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I have a...
May I have a drink,
You
please?
can.
Wait, Rob, it's after dark. Is that a way to walk into a house?
Hello.
I'll have a kiss from my boy. And that lady over there is your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where's your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you please come? I'd especially like it very much if you'd come. Winthrop?
Winthrop? Amaryllis is asking you to a party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
He won't say Amaryllis because of the S, because of his lisp.
We know all about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I'll bet he won't say it.
No, thank you. Amaryllis.
He's crying. Why does he get so mad at people? Just because he lisps.
It's not only because he lisps. That's just part of it, Amaryllis.
Then what's the other part?
Never mind, dear. It's just that he never talks much.
Not even to you and your mother?
No, dear. We all have to be a little patient.
But I'm patient. Even though he doesn't ever talk to me. But I do him. Every night I say goodnight to him on the evening star. You have to do it the very second you see it too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
Oh, there, darling, don't cry. You have lots of time. If not Winthrop, there will be someone else.
Never! I'll end up an old maid like you! I'm sorry, Miss Marian. Can I play my croissant piece?
May I play
May I play my croissant piece?
You may.
See, without a sweetheart, you have no one to say goodnight to on the evening star.
I know, Amaryllis. For now, just say, good night, my someone. You can put the name in when the right someone comes along.
All right, it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my croissant piece.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love. Sleep tight, my someone. Sleep tight, my love. A star is shining its brightest light. For good night, my love. For good night. Sweet dreams be yours, dear. If dreams there be, sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night. True love can be whispered from heart to heart. When lovers are parted, they say. But I must depend on a wish and a star, as long as my heart doesn't know who you are. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night. Good night. Good night.
medal to my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, for leading the singing. And to J.C. Squires for his fine slideshow. And to Ethel Tuffmeyer, our fine piano player. Never mind. As mayor of River City, I welcome you River citizens to the 4th of July exercises. Set up here in Madison Gymnasium, account for the weather. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. The members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. A disagreement about costumes, I suppose. Instead, the Wantagee girls of the local wigwam of Hiawatha will present a spectacle, My Wife, in which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, will take a leading role.
Watanye! Watanye! I will now count to 10 in the Native American tongue. Ton, feather, fit.
Oh! My goodness! Did you hear that? I'm terrified.
Who set off that cracker? Was it you? Was it you? No! Tommy Gillis, I wouldn't leave if I was you.
Mrs. Shin will recover. No thanks to a certain young ruffian who is a disgrace to our city. 77 years ago. The fireworks spectacle, last days of Pompeii, will take place, providing the rain stops by 9:30. It will be out to Madison Picnic Park, providing across the creek from the pest house.
In town.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Now, just a minute.
Well, is there a pool table or isn't there?
Will you allow me to get on with the exercises?
We don't need any exercises when we need to settle this pool table matter.
Let's protect our children. Yeah! Smite that devil and keep our young ones pure. Yeah! Friends, may I have your attention, please? Your attention, please. I can deal with your troubled friends with a wave of my hand, this very hand. Please observe me, if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize River City Boys Band. Oh, think, my friend, how can any pool table ever hope to compete with a gold trombone? Ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did to the famous fabled walls of Jericho. A million pallid walls come tumbling down. Well, a band will do it, my friends. Oh, yes, I said a boys' band. You hear me? I said River City's gonna have a boys' band, and I mean she needs it today. River has a Harold Hills at hand. River City's gonna have a boys' band. The shores of Lord made little green apples. That band's gonna be in uniform. Willie, Dottie, Teddy, Fred. And you'll see the glitter of crashing cymbals, and the thunder of rolling drums, and the shimmer of trumpets. Ta-ta-da! And you'll see something akin to the feeling I once enjoyed when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great creator, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on the very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom timpani and horse platoon, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double bell, euphonium, and big bassoon. Each bassoon having its big fat say. There were 50 mounted cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters who improvise a full octave higher than the score. Trombones hit the counterpoint with 110 cornets blaze away. To the rhythm of march, 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 and the band began to march, and they're marching still right today.
Men, this calls for an emergency action. That man is a spellbinder.
Whoa!
With his credentials. Grab that hoodlum. He almost blew up Mrs. Shin.
Thank you, Professor. Have to make an example of him. Ringleader, you know. What he does, the gang does.
Oh, Jilly, Clyde, let me go.
You wild kid, you. Hating on my oldest girl. Tagging down Big Street after my oldest girl last Sunday.
I wasn't either tagging.
Don't you calculate
We were just walking together. Jilly, Clyde.
I know what she's doing. And if I catch you doing it again, Hill, I'll talk to you Monday morning about this band thing. Over at City Hall, 10 o'clock sharp. Men, I want that spellbinder's credentials. And I want it tonight.
Constable, I'll show you how to break up a gang.
You don't know this kid. He's tough and he's got his gang waiting outside.
Oh, I'll be careful. Tommy, I'd like to talk to you about the band.
Oh, that's for the little kids, Professor.
Oh, I'm not talking about you being in the band. You're mechanically minded, ain't you? Ever do anything with perpetual motion?
You know, I almost had it a couple times.
You did? Well, you're my man. Do you realize nobody has ever invented a music holder for a marching piccolo player? No place to hang the music.
Oh, Jilly, Clyde. You know, I wonder where I could get some wire from, though.
Look in your cellar. That's where people keep wire. Oh, and Tommy, Constable, I'll show you how to break up a gang. Oh, young lady, miss. Do you know Tommy Gillis? What's your name?
Sunita, well, I didn't know you were talking to me. You gods!
Tommy Gillis, do you know him?
Well, I
need a piss.
Tommy, this is Anita. Escort the young lady home.
Only excepting I'm not going home. I have to go to the library. Ye gods!
Well, escort the young lady home by way of the library, by way of the candy kitchen.
Do I have to?
You have to.
Ye gods!
Professor, you're a pretty bright young fella. You made a couple mistakes, though.
Oh?
The mayor haven't sold that billiard parlor and that new pool table.
Oh, and what was my other mistake?
That's Anita. She's the mayor's oldest girl.
I'm sorry, Professor Hill, but we are the school board and we need to see your academic certificates. Paperwork, please.
Of course, gentlemen. I have just what you need up. What? Wait. Did you say something?
We need to see your paperwork. We need to see your certificates now. Your credentials.
Never can.
Make him put up a bond.
What am I hearing? Say ice cream.
Ice cream. I don't sing if that's what you mean, young man.
Talk then. Down here.
Ice cream.
Talk slow.
Ice cream.
You see, singing is only sustained talking. Now you, sir.
Ice cream.
Now you, sir.
Ice cream.
Now you, sir.
Ice cream.
Ladies, from now on, you never see one of these men without the other three.
Oh, no, you're wrong about that one. These men haven't spoken to each other in 15 years.
Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream.
How can there be
any sin insincere? Where is the good in goodbye, Your apprehensions confuse me, dear. Puzzle and mystify, tell me what can be fair in farewell, dear, while one single star shines above. How can there be any sin insincere? Aren't we sincerely in love?
Nice. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I don't suppose you live alone or anything.
No.
I got some wonderful caramels over in my hotel if you'd...
Mr. Hill.
Professor Hill.
Professor of what? At what college do they give out a degree for knowing women on the street, like a rowdy at a public dance hall?
Oh, I wouldn't know about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana, gold medal class of Art 5.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? And another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some people in this town, and I think it only fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in there, which may very well give me some interesting information about you.
Greg?
Oh, hey, Mars. And don't call me Greg.
Oh, sorry. But, Greg, how'd you make out with the music teacher?
Oh, scrumptious. Ate out of my hand the minute I tipped my hat.
She did? Oh, boy, did you cut a swath tonight. For a minute, even I thought you knew something about being in the band. Just like when you used to imitate that band concert fellow back in Joplin.
Yeah. Oh, that's kid stuff. I'm in rare form these days, son. You just keep your eyes on me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? But it only used to take 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
It still does, but it takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
No, Greg. You haven't added uniforms?
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction books? But you can't pass yourself off as a music professor. I mean, not for any 4 weeks. But
Mars.
You don't know one note from another.
Mars, I have a revolutionary new method called the think system, where you don't need to bother with notes.
But in 4 weeks, the people will want to hear the music. You'll have to lead bands.
But in 4 weeks, uniforms arrive and they'll forget everything else. Oh, this is a refined operation, son, and I've got a time right down to the last wave of the brakeman's hand on the last train out of town. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Washburn.
So, Professor, gonna line yourself up a little canoodling, huh?
Well...
Say, I could fix you up with Ethel's sister. Lovely girl, teaches Sunday school.
No wide-eyed, eager, wholesome, innocent Sunday school teacher for me. That kind of gal spins webs no spider ever could. Now listen, boy. A gal who trades on all that purity merely wants to trade my independence for her security. The only affirmative she will file refers to marching down the aisle. No golden, glorious, gleaming, pristine goddess. No, sir, for no Diana do I play fawn. I can tell you that right now. I snarl, I hiss, how could ignorance be compared to bliss? I spark, I fizz, for the lady who knows what time it is. I cheer, I rave, for the virtue I'm too late to save. The sadder but wiser girl for me. No, bright-eyed, blushing, breathless, baby, no baby. No, sir, that kind of child ties knots no sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. No Dewey young miss who keeps resisting. All the time she keeps insisting. The wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent female. No, sir, why she's the fisherman, I'm the fish, you'll see. Plop, I flinch, I shy. When the lass with the delicate air walks by, I smile, I grin. When the girl with the touch of sin walks in, I hope, I pray for Hester to win just one more A. The sad but wiser girl's the girl for me. The sad but wiser girl for me.
Professor Hill, we're agog. Simply agog.
On the qui-vive.
We're so excited about the band.
I'm Ethel Toffelmeyer, the pianola girl.
Oh, yes, and this is Mrs. Squires over here, and Mrs. Hicks. Oh, and you do know Eulalie McKechnie Shin, the mayor's wife. Oh, Eulalie, isn't it so exciting?
Oh, I could not say, no, I could not say at this time. My husband will be investigating, and I am reticent, yes, I am reticent.
Why, of course, Mrs. Shin, I understand. But you see, part of my music and plans includes a committee on the dance. And oh, no, wait. Do that again, Mrs. Shin. Your foot, the way you raised it just now.
I just have a bunion on this foot that's bothering me. That's all.
What natural flow of rhythm. What expression of line and movement. You must accept the chairmanship of the Ladies' Auxiliary for the classic dance, mustn't you, ladies? Every move you make, Mrs. Shin, bespeaks those bars. Won't you accept? Say yes, Mrs. Shin. Oh, say yes.
Lady McKechnie Shin dancing. Well,
I think you should.
Then you accept.
Indeed, I will. And I just want to say that.
Plays the piano, Miss Peru, I believe. After all, she is the town's librarian.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, chip, chip,
woman doesn't belong on it.
pick a little, pick a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a
Dirty
little,
books.
Chaucer.
Who would I be?
Properly.
pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 pick a little,
And
talk a
another
little,
thing,
pick a little,
Professor,
talk a
I
little,
should
chip,
tell you
chip,
this.
chip,
I
chip,
tell the
pick a
man
little,
who talk
talk a
like
little,
you
talk a little,
and
chip, 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 talk a little.
Stop!
I'll tell. That woman made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town, old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison, Madison Gymnasium, Madison Picton Park, Madison Hospital. That's Miser Madison?
Yes.
Who does he think he was, anyway?
Well, I should say show off. Gave the town the library, too, didn't he?
That's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city.
But he left the books to her.
And she was seen coming and going from this place.
Oh yes, that woman made brazen overtures.
Pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a little, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a little, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a little, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk, chip, 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 chip. She left River City, the library building, but he left all the books to her. Balzac. Chip, 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 chip. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a little, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little,
of course, my
chip, chip, chip,
fine
talk a little, pick a
fellows.
little,
I have
pick a
just
little,
what you need up
pick
in
a
my
little,
hotel
chip,
room.
chip, chip, talk a
Come
little,
with
pick a
me.
little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 chip,
Good night,
chip,
ladies.
chip, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, chip, 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 talk a little, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a little, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a little, pick a little, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a little, pick a little, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a little, pick a little, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk, chip, 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 talk a little, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 pick a little, talk a little, cheep.
She really did. I don't like that. No.
It's all right. I know everything, and it doesn't make any difference.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you were probably very young, and everyone makes a mistake.
What?
No excuses, no apologies, please. I'll only be in town a short while, and well, the sadder but wiser girl for me.
Will you please make your selection and leave?
I have.
Well, what do you want to take out?
The librarian.
Oh, quiet, please.
Marian, you're not listening. The librarian. Look. Marian. Marble, 6 steelies, 8 aggies, a dozen peewees, and 1 big glassy with an American flag on the middle of it. I think I'll drop them.
No!
Madam Librarian. What can I say, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteer hose brigademan had to whisper the news to Marian. Madam Librarian. What can I say, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, if I stumbled and I busted my whatchamacallit, I could lie on your floor unnoticed till my body had turned to Marian. Madam Librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man could sing it. In the moonlight, and Philip would know that his darling heard every word of his song. In the moonlight, helping along. But when I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long lost cause I can never win. Don't need to be out loud with any librarian. But the civilized world accepts a librarian such as Marian. Madam Librarian. Marshmallow? Well, Tommy, it's been a pretty good morning. 11 sales out of 12 attempts. Tell you what, it's almost noon. Why don't you go home and get some dinner? I'll try a couple myself.
Gee, thanks, Professor. Goodbye.
Thanks, Tommy.
Just a minute. Are you soliciting?
Oh.
You haven't got a license.
Why, no, Marian. I collect doorbells, and this particular specimen has an unusual...
Flattery will not avail you. Why haven't you been down at City Hall with your references?
Well, I just missed you. Oh, wait, Marian. Your hand.
What?
That spread of the little finger. It's hereditary.
Oh, it is? What does that mean?
It means your boy's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good? It means America has at last produced an artist who can flugel the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
Where can I get my hand on one of those horns?
Sign here, Mr. Mayor. That'll be $17 import fee.
And to just think I could have missed out on this hole. I haven't got any, son. You want scrupulous flew by night? You want flipulous? You better be down at City Hall with your bygone references by 3 o'clock.
You mean this afternoon?
I couldn't make myself any plainer if I were a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Peru, do you realize you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't think I understand you correctly, Professor.
If your son had that same firm jaw and those splendid cheek muscles, by George. Not that he could ever really be that great, you understand.
And in the name of St. Bridget's, why not?
Well, all the really great cornet players are Irish. Oh, Clark, oh, Mendez.
But, Professor, we're Irish.
No. No. Really? Well, sign here, Mrs. Peru. Your boy was born to play the cornet. Fine, that'll be $7 earnest money, and there won't be a penny due till the opening of band practice. And of course, I'll need the boy's measurements for his uniform.
His uniform?
Hello, son. Why, certainly his uniform. And there won't be a penny due till delivery, which gives him 4 weeks to anticipate, to imagine, to enjoy at no cost whatsoever. Never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the pleasures and excitement of today.
Will it have
A stripe? Why, certainly, my boy. A wide red stripe on each side. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse him, Professor. Most days we can't get him to say 3 words, even to us. And if you can get him to play in a band, well then, you'll have St. Michael's own way with you, and out of a crowd, I'll pick you for hod carrying, clay pipe smoking, shamrock wearing, harp playing, mavering, pinching, big gobby jabbers. Where did you say you were from, me boy?
Gary, Indiana.
Oh, Gary, I knew it. Gary, where did you say?
Gary, Indiana. Oh, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Gary.
Gold medal class of Odd 5. Oh, how do you do, Miss Peru?
How do you do, Mr. Hill?
Peru. I thought that name sounded familiar. I've been trying to see you since the other night.
Marian, he wants to put Winthrop in a band.
We're not interested, Mama.
But Marian, he might have his father's musical gift, and he's got my jaw, you know.
Oh, your husband musical? Well, I'd like to talk with him. I'm
Do
sure.
you burst in on everyone's homes like this, prying into personal affairs? We're not interested.
Marian!
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. Why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh. Sorry. But that's all the more reason your brother should have something like this.
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding about it for 2 years. As to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks? Well, mine with Peru, I hardly... I get the feeling she likes the idea. Oh, a little cautious, perhaps, but I admire that in a woman. Just keep me alive, and I'll be back later in the week.
But Professor, about the boy's uniform. I make all his clothes. It's crotch 18, sleeve 21, and waist 19.
Fine, thank you. Now, I must get back to the hotel.
But Professor, about Marian, she really is such a lovely girl.
Oh, please, don't worry about a thing. I'm sure at heart, she's as lovely as yourself. Good day to you, Widow Peru.
Has he gone?
He has, and I hope not forever. Do you ever think about your future, Marian? Gary, Indiana, class of 05. Now, darling.
Now, Mama, surely a girl's future doesn't depend on every fast-talking, self-centered, woman-chasing traveling man that comes to town. And the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
But Marian, it's a well-known fact. If you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you'll never strike fire.
Oh, Mama. Winthrop, I know you're there. Come on. Please go to the library and ask Miss Grubb to give you the book I set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1819 to 1910. It's a large black volume. You won't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down. Thank you, dear.
Why do you need a library book at this time of the hour?
I have a feeling the Indiana Journal may help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
I give up.
Zanita!
Tommy, Mama and Papa are sitting right there in the bank. Ye gods!
Okay, meet me after supper.
Can't. It's at First League night. Meet you where?
The footbridge?
You see, isn't that just what I said? Last time the lumberyard, now the footbridge, and where will you meet me after that? The Black Hole of Calcutta? Ye gods!
Look, I just want to show you my invention.
What invention?
It's a music holder. Oh, for marching piccolo player? For Professor Hill. Yeah, I know it's still got a couple of minor flaws. Like when you keep it tight enough to hold the music steady, you can't wiggle your fingers. And then meanwhile, you could go blind.
Tommy, it's Papa, ye gods!
Yes, the very first thing I said. Get that spellbinder's credentials. And now look, my wife's off dancing at all hours instead of in the home. And my eldest daughter's off fooling around with some wild kid. And my business has gone off so far, I can't even find the balance sheets.
Mayor Shin, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater.
His who?
His university.
Oh, I know all about that. In fact, that's the only thing I can never get out of him. Gary Conservatory, class of Art 5.
If you'll just take a minute to read a little bit about the conservatory, I don't think you'll have to look much further. It's on page...
Papa, look! The Wells Fargo wagon's just coming from the depot.
The Wells Fargo wagon? A likely story. At this hour of day, ha! Nonsense. The Wells Fargo wagon.
It could be the band instruments.
The band instruments?
The band instruments?
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Oh, please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be. I got a box of maple sugar on my birthday.
Once I got some grapefruit you're back up and across.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. And please, raisins, fries, or COD. It could be curtains, or dishes, or a double boiler. Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It surely could be something very, very special now. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. And please let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it was for. I got some salmon from Seattle last September, and I expect a new rocking chair.
I hope I get my raisins from Fresno.
Santa Cannon from the courthouse square.
Come now, I don't know how. I can never wait to see. It could be someone who has no relation, but it could be something special just for me.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon doesn't take you until you stop for me.
It's the band instrument.
Here you are, Winthrop.
My cornet. Gee, thanks, Professor.
Men, you will each receive your instruction books in due course. But in the meantime, stay off the streets, get acquainted with your instruments, and think about the minuet in G. La di da di da di da da di da.
Isn't this the most scrumptious solid dog thing you ever saw? I never thought I'd see anything so scrumptious as this scrumptious solid dog thing. Oh, sister!
Found one for you, Mr. Hill, but I better hear some god tune out of these horns in a pretty short order, or I'll see you in front of the grand jury. Now, Miss Marian, about that book.
Come, George Tempest Fugit.
You watch your phraseologies. I gotta get something from the librarian. Now, about that book. Thank you.
Come, George.
The ladies' dance committee meets Tuesday nights at the high school.
That's it. Feel the air. Move. Lovely, ladies. Lovely. Shall we try our Grecian urn? 1 Grecian urn. 2 Grecian urn. And our finale, fountain, the fountain, the fountain. 3 Grecian urn. Trickle, 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 trickle. Lovely, ladies. Our Del Sartre installation will be the highlight of the ice cream sociable. Are you ready, gentlemen? Ladies, faces to the audience. All right, Mr. Dunlop.
It's you in the sunrise. It's you in my cup.
It's you all the way into town.
It's your sweet hello, dear, that sets me up.
And it's your got to go, dear, that gets me down. It's you on my pillow in all of my dreams, till once more the morning breaks through. What words could be saner or truer or plainer than it's you? It's you.
Yes, it's you.
Oh, yes, it's you.
Lovely.
Please, Mrs. Shin will have my head.
Mr. Washburn, we have 15 more minutes.
Look, you think you can hold these kids back? You go ahead.
Mr. Washburn, start her up. You know, you wait till you see the new steps Professor Hill taught us.
All right, what'll it be?
The shaboopy.
The shaboopy? Now, a woman who'll kiss on the very first date is usually a hussy, and a woman who'll kiss on the second time out is anything but fussy. But a woman who'll wait till the third time round, head in the cloud, feet on the ground, she's the girl who's glad he's found. She's his shaboopy, 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 shaboopy. The girl is hard to get. Shaboopy, 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 but you can't win her yet. Walk her once, you raise the curtain, then you walk around twice and make the sound. What's more, the flower garden, she'll never get sore if you beg her pardon. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, la, si, la, mi. Squeeze her once when she isn't looking. Get a sweet back, that's fancy cooking. Once more for pepper up her, she'll never get sore on the way to supper. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, do. Now little old Sal was no gal, as anyone could see. Look at her now, she's a go-gal who only goes for me. Squeeze her once when she isn't looking. Get a sweet back, that's fancy cooking. Once more for pepper up and she'll never get sore on the way to supper. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, do. Shaboopy, shaboopy, shaboopy. The girl is hard to get. Shaboopy, shaboopy, shaboopy. But you can't win her yet. You can win her yet. Shaboopy! Get your hands off my daughter!
Papa!
Mr. Shin, Your Honor, your daughter and I were going steady, behind your back.
Why, you...
Well, we'd rather do it in front of your back, but...
Do what? Never mind.
You know, Zanita's scared of you, but I'm not. I think you'd hate to have your own daughter scared of you. Really, Clyde.
I'll warn you once more. If I catch you touching my daughter again, I'll by God horsewhip you.
Now, George.
Not one poop out of you, madam.
I think he means peep.
Yes. And now, get out of this public building.
I go as much right up to a public building as anybody.
Get out, you wild kid.
Papa, please. It's Capulets like you that make blood in the marketplace.
You watch your phrase honest, young woman. Go home.
Ye gods.
You Eulalie!
Yes, George.
You tend your dances.
Oh, by dances.
I
yes.
handles Anita.
Just make you understand.
But you can't. And thanks for nothing. I read that book that you gave me from cover to cover, and I haven't found a thing.
Mr. Mayor, if you please.
Yes!
I want you to know I'm vouching for Tommy Gillis. That kid's got the confidence of every boy in town, and you'll be waiting in line, standing there to shake his hand once our band plays its first concert.
Your band's first concert? Huh. Let me show you something, my fine young feathered young... Never mind. Oliver, Ewart, JC, Olin. I want that man's references, and I want him tonight.
Professor Hill, I think Mayor Shim behaved abominably, and I think it was wonderful of you coming to Tommy's defense.
That was nothing.
Yes, it was.
Oh, no, a man can't dodge the issue each time a little issue of personal risk comes involved. What does the poet say? A coward dies 1,000 deaths, a brave man only 500. Well, fortunately, of course, the mayor was already pretty mad on account of his billiard parlor. I suppose a recommendation from the musical authority like yourself would help, but I couldn't think of asking you to do a thing like that.
Why, Professor Hill.
You would?
I'd be glad to. I just wish I was a little more informed. You see, I've been meaning to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
His cornet? Mother of pearl keys.
I'm sure it's fine, but you see, the thing is, he never touches it. Oh, the first week or so, he made a few experimental blats, I guess you'd call it.
Blats.
Right,
Blats.
and he sings the minuet in G almost constantly.
La-di-da-di-da-da-di-da.
Right, but he never touches the cornet.
Well...
He says you told him it wasn't necessary.
Well, you see...
He tells me about some think system. How if he thinks the minuet in G, he won't have to bother with the notes.
Now, Miss
Professor,
Marian, I admit the think system is a revolutionary method, but, you know, so was Galileo's conception of the heavens, Columbus's conception of the globe, egg, Bach's conception of the well-tempered clavichord. But you see, I cannot discuss these things in public. But if you allow me to call, when may I call?
Oh, why, any night this week.
Professor Hill, we are the school board, and we must ask you for your academic certificates.
We've all been deputized.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah. You know, I've been trying to get you fellows my credentials and references all week, but you know, you always seem to get off the subject somehow. Now, I have just what you need up in my hotel room.
I'm afraid I'll have to come with you.
Oh, let me see if I have my key. What's this? A testimonial from Madame Rennie, the only female bassoon player ever to perform on the Red Pass circuit. Wow. Her stage name, of course. She was actually from Moline, Lida Rose Quackenbush.
Can I have a close
Never
up?
forget the name. Lida Rose, like the old song. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose.
To get the sun back in the sky. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose. About 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding. I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding. At the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lida Rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Lida Rose, oh, won't you be my Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose.
Dream of now, dream of then, dream of a love song that might have been. Do I love you?
suggestion. I'll pop the question.
Sweet and low,
Without a
sweet and name. How sweet the
Emma Kim knows that I hope you're the same.
forever.
Here's my love song. Not fancy or fun.
Will I ever tell?
Light a rose, oh, won't you be my light a rose, oh, light a rose, oh, light a rose.
Will you ever stop arguing with yourself? Ah, yes, ah, no, ah, fiddlesticks. Just open your mouth and let it all come out.
Now, Mama.
No, nothing. When he comes around, you seem alone. And if you haven't got the gumption to tell him exactly how you feel about
Tell
it...
him
Well, there's nothing wrong with a ladylike hint.
Mama!
Ah, Winthrop, where have you been?
Fishing!
Fishing?
With Harold.
You mean with Professor Hill?
And look, I still got some worms left.
Did you have a good time?
Scrumptious. He taught me all about his hometown, Gary, Indiana.
Oh.
And he taught me a song that hardly has any S's in it.
Oh, great.
Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. Let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. That's the town that knew me when. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I happened on this elegant syncotation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York or Rome, but Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I happened on this elegant syncotation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
Not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, Rome.
But Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. I'll be back in a minute. I just need to show Amaryllis my live frog.
Leave the dishes. I'll do them, Mama.
But don't you have to get ready for the sociable?
Oh, there's time later.
Okay.
Say, do the Shins live around here somewhere?
The Shin home is on East Elm. This is West Elm.
Ah, criminy. Ah, I see you're the local piano teacher. Have you heard anything about this guy, Harold Hill, forming a boys band around here?
Yes.
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Swindling two-bit thimble rigger. That's why I gotta go see Shin. I'm just passing through. It's a real shame number 8 only takes a 15-minute water stop. I wish it was 20. I'd like to spend 5 on you.
Who are
girl.
you?
The name's Charlie Cowell, anvil salesman. But right now, I'm out to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Big mistake, my old lady's corset cover. That fella's been a raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth for long enough. He spoiled Illinois, and I'm not going to let him spoil Iowa. Say, you're a music teacher. How come you didn't see through him? He's no more a professor of music than...
I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director, and his scholastic...
A fine director? Have you heard a single note from any band?
Well, no, but...
But nothing, girly girl. There is no band, and there has never been a band.
if you'll just listen to me for 1 minute.
Say, I'd sure like to. I've got the inclination, girly girl, but I haven't got the time. And I gotta leave this dynamite with someone on the way to the depot. Bye.
You'll never catch the train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
But no, I gotta give this to Shin. I mean, is there nowhere else I can go?
Well, Mr. Cowell, you don't know me yet. You could leave word with me.
I'm not so sure. How do I know you'll deliver the letters?
I've never met a man who sells anvils before. That's something, well, quite different.
Well, I mean, I suppose it does take a real salesman. Anvils do lack a certain appeal, if you know what I mean. What am I doing? No, I gotta go. If I don't catch this train, I'm gonna lose my job, and I gotta give this to Shin on the way. Bye, girly girl.
Leave word with me.
Not in your tin type. I can tell you're not gonna give him the letters.
Try me.
Oh, okay.
There's your train. Now run for it.
Why, you double-dealing little... What are you doing protecting him for? That fella's been through every county in Illinois and every woman in Illinois. There's 102 counties. I'm not counting the piano teachers like you. He's cozied up to keep his mouth shut. You haven't heard the last of me, girly girl. I'll be back.
Marian, who was that you were talking to? Huh? Oh, why, Professor Hill.
You, Mrs. Prue, Miss Marian.
Why don't you two come and sit over here? I've got some jelly on the stove.
There's no jelly on the stove, Mama.
Well, I'll put some on.
Shall we set, as your mother said?
Well,
You did ask me to call.
Did I? I didn't mean anything.
Now, Miss Marian, I'm not suggesting your invitation inferred anything but academic enlightenment. The think system? I tried calling you a couple times this week to explain it to you, but there always seem to be people around, mostly ladies, I thought.
Yes, Mrs. Squires and several of the ladies.
Well, I wouldn't want anybody beating my time. You know, evidently it's not the convenient night. I'll see you at the sociable later.
Professor Hill, is it true that you've had 100, what I'm trying to say is...
Yes?
Is it really true that you've developed a think system?
What? A think system. Yeah. You know, it's really very simple. It's as simple as whistling. I mean, nobody ever had to show you how to use your lips in whistling. You just think of a tune for it to come out clearly here. Now, you just try for yourself before you ask any questions.
I take your word for it.
Could we sit down?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music teachers?
I dare say you meet dozens, even 100.
Well...
And have they all been as fascinated as I have with the, think system?
Well, some more, some less. Well, one young lady had thought up the same system before I got to her town. She showed me a few little refinements.
I see.
Have I said something wrong?
Oh, don't let me keep you, Professor Hill. I'm sure you have many more important things to do than to explain the think system to me.
Yeah, can't think of one.
And I'm sure I'm very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now, say, where'd you get an idea like that?
Well, one hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Now, Miss Marian, you ought to be careful about those rumors you hear. I mean, one also hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. You know, no matter what they say, he left me an assured job so that Mother Winthrop and I could have some security. Surely you don't believe that...
Of course not. But that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think people start those rumors?
Narrow-mindedness, jealousy. Jealousy mostly, I guess.
And jealousy always starts rumors about traveling salesmen.
Oh.
What have you heard?
Oh, well, nothing about you personally, just generally.
What have you heard generally?
Just that. But of course, it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy could lead to, I mean, take you, for instance. Your attention to customers and, well, teachers might be easily misinterpreted, mightn't they?
Why?
And so you say, if another salesman or somebody were jealous, well, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Why, of course.
It just goes to prove that you should never believe everything you hear, doesn't it? I mean, if you just discuss things.
Why, Miss Marian, I'd be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you, but could we do it sitting down? You do sit, don't you? Your knees bend and all?
We could sit on the porch steps.
Or we could sit on a large hollow log over at the footbridge.
Oh, I couldn't think of it. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just to talk.
I've got to change for the sociable.
Then meet me there in 15 minutes.
I just can't, please. Maybe some other time. Maybe tomorrow.
My dear little librarian, line up enough tomorrows, and you'll find you've got nothing left but a lot of empty yesterdays. I don't know about you, but I'd like to make today worth remembering.
Oh, so would I.
Footbridge, 15 minutes?
15 minutes. Mama? I just told Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Glory be praised, it worked!
What does?
I've been using the think system on you from the parlor.
Oh, my goodness. Mama. Goodness sake.
Hey, Mars.
So the uniforms arrived. The kids are in already. The people are going to be screaming for music if those kids show up at the sociable.
Yeah.
Here's most of the cash. I got Tommy to collect it. He's trying to keep the kids together at least, pretending to hold a practice over the lumberyard.
Okay, Mars, go get the rig.
I already got it.
Okay, what time's the freight go?
9:40 from the junction.
Well, it's...
Look, you want to turtle waddle around here and get yourself caught in a bunny trap? You go ahead.
All right, Mars, I'll be at the hotel in plenty of time. Now go get the rig, beat it. Oh, Miss Marian, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
Oh, I meant about, well, I'd say 26 years late. Took you all this time to get to the footbridge with a fella.
If you want to know the truth, it was almost longer.
Oh?
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I guess I'm not the first to find it easier to think when not under the spell of your salesmanship.
Now, Miss Marian, surely you don't think I've been selling you anything.
No. You've given me something, and that's why I decided to come.
I don't recall giving you anything.
Yes, you have. Something beautiful. That's why I came, and I'm glad. Oh, please. Don't be afraid I expect too much more. One can't expect a traveling salesman to stay put. I know there have been many ports of call, and there will be many more. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't be grateful for what you'll have left behind for me.
Marian,
There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them winging. No, I never saw them at all till roses lay, tell me, in sweet fragrant meadows of dawn and dew. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was you. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was you.
Marian, there's a lot of things you don't... excuse me, I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. This could be it. Now what?
Who's the salesman here? Sounds like selling and you're buying.
You nuts? I didn't know I was going to be able to leave tonight. I had to keep her on her toes and then her balance, and I told you.
Well, she's so far off balance now, you can't tell her from a catboat in a hurricane.
Listen here, Buster Brown. I come up through the ranks on this skirmish. I'm going to resign my commission now. Now beat it. Go get the rig. Never a peaceful moment in the music business. Now, where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Oh, you know, I don't think we have to do that just now.
No, we don't. Or ever, for that matter, Harold. The librarian hasn't felt much like doing research lately, but she did plenty when you first came.
Oh, what about?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory of Music Gold Medal Class of Ot 5. Harold, there was no Gary Conservatory in Ot 5.
Well, no, there certainly was.
Because the town wasn't even built till Ot 6. I'll see you at the sociable.
You know all this time?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came, I tore this page out of the Indiana Journal. It was originally intended to use against you, but now I give it to you with all my heart.
But if you knew all this time, then why didn't you... Why, you little...
Greg! This guy's crazy! He's going all over town, spilling everything!
I'll say I'm crazy. I missed my train. I've probably lost my job, but I got you now, Hill, and you're gonna pay. You ought to be in jail already if it hadn't been for that piano teacher. I told her all about you. You know what she did? She lily-gagged me around until I couldn't get to shin. That dried hop, little man-hungry...
Hey, get out of here! I'll kill you, you dirty mouth!
Bully, you blow off! I'm gonna stay here, right in town, until you get yours up, down, through, and sideways!
Stops here! Come on!
You didn't even know the territory, goddammit! Mr. Mayor, where is everybody? Where's the posse? God damn it, Mr. Mayor.
Stop everyone!
He's gonna get away.
Listen to this man!
Listen here, you gullible green grass goats! You're being swindled out of your eye teeth this very minute. What? There's a burglar in the bedroom whilst you're fiddling in the parlor. I'm talking about Harold Hill, road agent, highwayman, pickpocket. The very same, little miss. He's had his hand in your wallet, and yours, sir, from the moment you came into town. What? There is more documented evidence here than any of you have time to read. There never has been a band. There never will be a band. And there never was going to be a band. And there won't be a Harold Hill either unless you hunt him down like the mad dog he is before he gets on the next train out of town.
Now will you believe me?
Come on.
I want my money.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on, he's so small of you.
After him. After
Marian, I've been looking all over for you. Where have you been?
Harold is Winthrop. He's run away. Oh, please go, Harold, please. They're even talking about tar and feathers.
Marian, I had to see you.
It's all right. Don't you know that? You don't owe me a word. Not a word. Now go, Harold, please.
Greg! Greg, they're not here! Let's try down by the creek!
Winthrop!
Hey, wait a minute here, son.
I'm not your son. Let me go.
Not till I talk to you for a minute.
I won't listen. You won't tell the truth anyway.
Would to?
Would not.
Would to tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a dirty, rotten crook?
Yeah.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Let me go, you big liar.
Hey, now, what's the matter? You wanted the truth, didn't you? No, I'm bigger than you, and you're going to stand here and take it all, so you might as well quit wiggling. There are two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a wonderful kid. That's why I wanted you in the band, so you'd quit moping around, feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
There's always a band, kid.
What's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, now that I think of it, it ain't any of your business just now.
I wish you never came to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, can you believe him?
I believe every word he ever said.
But he promised us.
I know what he promised us. And it all happened just like he said. The lights and the flags and the colors and the symbols.
Where was all that?
In the way that every kid has walked around here and talked and looked all summer. Especially you. And the parents too. Does Mama wish she'd never come to River City?
You do, don't you?
No, Winthrop. Now go, Harold, please.
Go on, Professor. That way, that way.
I can go, Winthrop.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you.
Come on there, here, this way, this way.
Next one.
Rest assured, this snake in our bosom is to be misapprehended by this time. And yes, always remember, fellow river citizens, I have done everything in my power to prevent this dire from happening.
Where's my money?
Yeah.
He's slippery, I told you.
Oh my boy, it is just after supper. He's a kidnapper.
Where are children?
Just a minute. Virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those, as I have heard, who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not tell them nay.
Well, I should think that some of you ought to be able to forget our everlasting Iowa stubborn chip on the shoulder arrogance long enough to remember River City before Harold Hill arrived. Well, do you remember? Do you? I should think some of you ought to be grateful to him for what he brought to River City. And if so, I should think you'd want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here. If there's a man in this hall who believes that this man, Hill, shouldn't be tarred and feathered, let him stand forward. You lady, get back. And the rest of you stand there like a flock of sheep. Have you forgotten how you bought expensive uniforms, technical instruction books, and high-priced band instruments? Well, have you also forgotten how your children were meant to be taught how to play in a band? Well, where's the band? Where is the band?
What is the band?
Where's the band?
Back. Stand. I need one later. I need one later.
Think, men, think!
Trombones led the big parade with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds stringing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom timpani and horse bassoon, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double bell, euphonium, and big bassoon. Each bassoon having its big band say. There were 50 mounted cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters who amplified the whole octave higher than the score. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your applause for a 76 trombone band. Jeffrey Miller on tuba, Victoria Boudin on trumpet, Mark Harrison on trumpet, Ben Calderback trombone, Jonathan Pippin trombone, Liam McCown on the drums, and our musical director, Griffin Jenkins, ladies and gentlemen.